Hi there. Wish I'd have had this when I was in Vietnam. I could have probably learned how to play better. Good morning. I'm in Chapter 3, Episode 5 of my adventure to Vietnam. And got some more letters to read. So I'm going to get right to it. This one is July 1st, 1966. This is to my sister Janet and her husband Glenn Menken in Colorado. I figured you would be in Corpus at this time, so I decided to send this letter there instead of Colorado. Things are fine here in the far east. The weather has been nice as far as Vietnam goes. Cool. We love an overhead fan in our office, which helps to keep us cool. Cam Ranh Bay is an interesting place. New units are arriving almost daily, and the place is filling up fast. There are too many Jeeps and trucks and heavy equipment running around on two little roads. Traffic really gets bogged up in places. I'll take some traffic pictures before I leave to show you how bad it is. They are beginning to pave a lot of the roads around here before the monsoons hit. From what I've heard, that is the worst time of the year. After the monsoons, though, I'll be getting real short with just a few months left. I'm planning to go to Japan in September or October, and that will help time pass too. Last week I got to fly around in a helicopter a little bit. I think Mom and Dad have the details there in the letter I sent them. I'm going to try and hitch a ride in one this Sunday to take pictures of the area from the air. Speaking of pictures, it shouldn't be too far away that I was developing and printing my own in the photo lab a friend of mine and I are putting together. All we need now is a few small items and we will be in business. When I do get started, I'll send you some prints. Tell me what you think of Corpus and how it has changed and how the kids like the beach. I'll bet it really looks different now. Depending on where I am stationed after here, I may want to come to Colorado after I get out of the Army, during the aspen season. I hope you have fun in Corpus and there is good weather for you. Tell Mom and Dad that I just bought a small tape recorder that plays 3-inch reels only at 3 3/4 inches per second. And if they want to send me my tapes, that would be nice. Our big tape recorder blew up 2 weeks ago. Also, I sent home a $120 check to be put in my account right soon. Yeah, the tape recorder was electric and our power was very fluctuating, very low voltage, and that's not good for electronic equipment. And we had a lot of problems with it. So anything that was sensitive just generally didn't do very good. So we would have problems. We had to be careful. The power actually, since there was no infrastructure at Cam Ranh Bay, the power actually came from a power ship that was parked in the bay, or actually close to shore, and they were big generating ships, and they provided all the power, but like I say, it wasn't stable. This letter is the 3rd and 4th of July, and it's to Mom and Dad. I guess Janet, Glenn, and their kids are there now, or just left. I haven't heard a thing since the postcard of the long bridge was received by me. It has been 2 or 3 weeks since I've gotten any letters or packages. I'm not worried though, because I know these have been busy times for everyone I write to. I was so busy for a while there, I didn't have a chance to write for a while. Things are changing fast here in Cam Ranh Bay. Every day we see something new started somewhere on the peninsula. We are building roads all over the place, but they will not hold all the traffic that will be using them. We are already having traffic jams due to poor planning of streets. Things are really being a mess during the monsoon season. Speaking of monsoon season, I'm going to need a rain suit because a rain coat won't stop wind-driven rain. The chaplain bought one before he left the States. If you don't know what they look like, they are a jacket and trousers made of vinyl or rubber. You can order them at Ward's mail order center and have it sent to me directly. I would like to have olive drab color only. Please order this for me and tell me what it costs, and I will write you a check for the amount. My sizes are trousers, 32 or 33 waist, interesting, 30 length, jacket medium long. I would appreciate this very much. Yeah, my waist is not 32 anymore. I wish it was. My length is still 30. I'm a little rounder than I used to be. Today is Sunday, and I'm assisting the chaplain to give the service at the 87th Engineer Battalion Chapel, as their chaplain left last week. We are having a company party this afternoon with beer, pop, and steaks. It should be fun. The month of June went by so fast that I still think we are in May. On July 15th, I will have been here 3 months, 1/4 of the way through. I will be glad to come home. Pretty soon, Bob Eckhart and I will have our photo lab finished, and we'll be able to make our prints to send home. I bought a small tape recorder the other day that is battery powered and takes 3-inch reels. If you send me any tapes larger than 3-inch, I'll have to cut it up into sections and play it and then reassemble it. Our large tape recorder blew up one night due to a power surge, but I may be able to use someone else's tape recorder, but I don't own anyone with one now. The speeds mine works at is 1 7/8 IPS and 3 3/4 IPS, inches per second. A 3-inch reel lasts about 15 minutes one way at 3 3/4 inches per second. If you send any tapes of my records, you should just about get one whole album on one reel. The best way would be to do a whole album on a big 7-inch tape and then cut it and put it on a small reel. I will make a tape the next few days and send it to you. We are having trouble finding small reels of tape right now since everyone bought tape recorders. Mine runs on 4C cells or AC power with a converter, of which I don't have. Right now I'm using a 6-volt dry cell with wires running into the set. It is working real good. Actually, this is the second one I bought. I bought one on payday. When I tried to work it, it wouldn't work, so I returned it. And the next day I bought a different brand for $1.50 more than the other. The total cost was $21.50. And the dry cell was $1.60. A 7-inch reel of Ampex tape costs $2.25 over here. Don't forget that most of my records, in fact all of my good ones, are over at Charlie's house. And he will be home from the Army ROTC camp soon. I had forgotten that he was ROTC, but he was. And I think that was because he was at Texas A&I. Also, record directly from the amplifier into the tape unit so there won't be any distortion or background noise. I will be looking forward to getting some good tapes. Would you please record a few reels straight off the radio, KEYS or TB's Shindig or some other pop music? Our Saigon station is a little behind the times. I thought that was interesting. In your letter dated June 30th, you wondered about the camera I sent home. I sent it on June 3rd, parcel post, and it was under 5 pounds, so it should have gone by airmail to California. But you never know how it actually went. It is insured for $50. So if it doesn't ever get there, at least we will get $50 back for it. I believe it will get there eventually. I sent it to your P.O. box number. If you didn't tell me what type of products you were adding to your line of goods, please tell me what they are. That's about all I can think of for now, and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Love, Donnie. P.S. I got your letter after I wrote the first part of the letter. If you send tapes, be sure and mark what it is so the P.O. box will not x-ray it and ruin it. That's different. On the 4th of July, I wrote, Dear Mrs. Coleman. Mrs. Coleman is our next door neighbor. And I say, thank you very much for the card you sent me. It is nice to know that people are thinking about me at home. From the letters and the cards my mother and dad sent me, It sounds like they had a wonderful time on their trip. I was glad they got back from it all right. I suppose Janet, Glenn, and the kids are there now or have just left. I wish I could have been there to see them. I bet Corpus is pretty this time of the year. Things are fine here in Vietnam right now. It is hot but cool at night, and we go swimming almost daily down in front of our company area. My job is fairly easy, and I'm getting all over the area, which is very interesting. I'll have many slides to show when I get back. Again, I thank you for the card you sent. Yours truly, Donnie. That was nice. They were great neighbors for years. This is July 18th, 1966. Dear Mom and Dad, I don't remember if I mentioned it in my last letter or not, that I got your note concerning your receiving the camera. If not, I'm very relieved that you got it, and I hope you like it. It should take professional quality pictures, and it will be a lot more versatile than your old camera, because you'll be able to take more pictures in less light because of the high-speed lens. I still have big plans to buy a camera system when I go to Japan in September, including several lenses. I haven't decided what brand to get though. Did you ever get a check for $120 from my checking account from the U.S. government? My allotment hasn't gone through as yet, so I'm buying checks to send my money home. I'm going to have a real problem when I get going R&R with money. I want to buy a camera and a few other things for the people at home, but I will not have accumulated enough money to cover all the things I want to buy. I would like to ask a special favor of you to help remedy the situation. Would you place in my account $300 or $400 on an advance so that I will be covered on my trip? When I return from my trip, I could keep on sending the checks home and you could take out what you loaned to me. Let me know what you think of my slides or my ideas, and if you can think of anything you would like to have from Japan, anything, let me know and I can get it for you while I'm there. I can write checks in the PX there and can send home goods duty-free from there. After being here in Vietnam for so long, I plan to live it up quite a bit. I received a card from Montgomery Ward today, so I assume my rain suit is on the way. Let me know how much it costs. I can get a check in the mail. It is raining today and the top is off my Jeep, so I will probably get wet if we go anywhere. The chaplain and I are going down to a Montagnard village for some civic action tomorrow or the next day, and we'll be armed for it. It is in an unsecure area. It should be very interesting though. I will try to take a few pictures while there. Had another fantastic helicopter ride on Friday the 15th. The chaplain and I flew down to Phan Rang for a chapel dedication and took one of our birds. We had a regular flight going down, but coming back, the pilot stayed close to the ground for 5 or 6 miles, just barely skimming the tops of the trees. We were flying between 30 and 50 feet above the ground at 90 knots. And boy, was that exciting. I found out later the pilot was trying to find VC so he could get another air medal. I took about 18 pictures on the jaunt, and I hope some good ones. So it's different over there. Things are getting more and more interesting each day, and I'm not bored. You have probably found the pictures stuffed in the envelope. They were taken with my Minolta 16mm camera and developed and printed by Russell Kane at the Presidio of Monterey in California. They are titled on the back. I will send more soon, but I'm keeping all my slides. I got a real nice letter from Uncle Bob the other day with copies of the wedding announcement enclosed. It was good hearing all the news from his family. It seems that all of his kids are spread all over the world this year, and I bet they are all having a great time. It would be good to get up to Greenville to show them my slides soon after I get out of the Army, or before, depending on where I'm stationed over here, after here. I received your little tape and played part of it during lunch. It works fine on my little recorder. And I will send you a tape soon with some reflections by me on it. I think this is a good way to communicate and also a good way to send music to me. I don't have access to a large tape recorder right now, but will keep you posted on when I do. I can play those little tapes all day though, and it sounds real good. I have found that the lower level you use on the recorder, the better quality my unit will reproduce. In other words, have the source louder with mic up close, so to balance the needles you have to turn the recorder level down. That way I can get more volume with less background noise. I really enjoy these tapes, so keep sending them to me. The temperature yesterday in our tent was 107. It was the hottest I've seen yet. I suppose it will get hotter before it gets cooler here. We'll keep in touch though. Tapes and letters. Write soon. Love you all. Love, Donnie. So that's what's going on. It's kind of the middle season of my little adventure, and things are starting to get more interesting, it seems. And I'll wind this one up, and I thank you for listening again today. Thank you for watching. Kind of fun to do. And I'll see y'all on the other side.